all those small little mistakes, the scoreline was really close. So I'm going with MIBR.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Gone for the underdog.
Let's go.
I like that. Starting the day off early. 0-0. Pistol round going live between the two Brazilian squads we have here at CS Summit 6.
FURIA starting on the T side. Just one set of nades. It's on Art. Smoke and Molly. Looks to be maybe, I was going to say a short. Like the Molly on there. Then maybe just a smoke. And a little lurked from K-Serrato in mid there. Same thing from MIBR. They're playing some nice little entry from KNG. They're playing also a little bit more stacked towards the mid area, so their rotations for each bomb sites are quick. Especially now with that entry, they're definitely falling back a little bit more towards B. Like I mentioned, it's really risky here actually from Art. He has all the nades as well. Definitely don't want to be the guy to go first.
It's a bold selection to give him the nades. You never know when he's just going to run up and try and do something crazy. Good utility to force him back, and surely a fake plant tap comes in. Or no, he's just going to stick it. No nades in response from MIBR, and we've got a 5-on-4 retake.
Oh, boy.
No nades here left, so FURIA really important here to be very aggressive.
This one's over. Oh, the knives are out early.
Oh,
it's out early.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God, it's Friday, everybody.
Can I change
12
my vote?
PM.
Can I change my prediction?
It's 12 PM and we have FURIA and MIBR. We have to wake up a little bit because this is going to be a banger of a series, I feel like.
Oh, man. He's bought the op, too.
That's a risky second-round selection.
I love it also because I just love that FURIA doesn't really go passive after they get the bomb down. They keep pushing, they keep dueling, they keep challenging MIBR, not really giving them any space for that retake. That's a great hold. Great aggressive play, knowing as well no utility left.
Oh, shit. That was great. Yeah, nice little flying SMG. Opening kill onto Yuri. That's twice now. KNG's found the opening kill in these rounds. Oh.
And you know, usually you would say a second round AWP on the T side is really risky, but with all the force buys coming out lately, with the scouts and what have you, and holding back, playing it like you're actually playing the gun rounds, the AWP might find some more success than usual.
On the other hand, imagine giving your opponents a free op in the third round.
Right. Oh, man.
High risk, high reward. Oh, they're going to do it. They're going to turn this round. This is not good. Everyone's low. It's got to be Henny to do all the work, so he's got to be hyper aggressive.
They have nades here on the FURIA side too, so rather than using them to hit the bomb side, they're saving them. I'm not a fan of this, knowing as well that we do see a lot of the CT buys buying on the second round. Here we see some mollies though. We call that Nico. That Nico box, I'm not sure what it's called here in North America.
Well, it's called Nico box now.
What do you guys call it?
I don't. Listen, Robin, I have never scrimmed Vertigo. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What do you call it when you cast? He's behind the box.
Yeah, pretty much. Nailed
Which
it.
one? That box?
Listen, don't be showing people that you can do my job. What the? Come on, I thought there was some kind of an agreement between us as gentlemen.
I know. It's a gentleman agreement. We don't talk about the amount of work we have to do on this show. 1-on-2 now, K-Serrato. It's on the bomb site. Bombs down.
He should just throw the op off the map. He should just get it done with. Oh my God, he's got to save. He's going to push forward. So they lose the op. They lose the round.
Oh, man.
Go get it.
There's no way he gets there in time.
Get it. Oh!
He's got it. All right. That's fortunate. But that did not look like a good round for FURIA.
No.
I've never really been a fan of like the B hits on like those kind of rounds, and especially when you don't use your nades early to like kind of clear the choke points rather than, you know, you save them for the long duels. Rather clear short, and then you have the weapons, you have some AKs, you even have an off there as well. You can kind of fight for long distance. And they do a really good job there. Nice trading as well. Gets the round on the board. We kind of saw this as well from MIBR. They haven't won a lot of pistols, Christine. We mentioned that, but they have won a lot of their second rounds.
Yeah.
That stat is pretty high from them.
This time around, like you guys mentioned, Art, he's got that AWP, but Henny was not quite as successful last time around with it. And this time, Art, he's trying to poke and prod towards mid, but Fur in that boosted position, and this nade surely should do a lot of damage. But FURIA do a good job dodging that one.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to back so far away to do it. Oh,
Yeah.
and then he challenges the op with the SMG. So they know where the op's position is in Art's hands in mid. And this is, I mean, these 2 rounds with this op from FURIA have not gone well. The op's found no success. Not even like a position where it could have success. Pretty dangerous for the A defender as his support players are occupied by the presence in mid. Although they should be able to lock it down so we can keep his focus forward as they try and run over the top. And FURIA, once again, like the last round, they're getting stalled out and they're losing health and they're not gaining anything for it. At this point, like, it looks okay for FURIA, but those 3 players with such low HP are going to be such quick kills.
Fallen doing a lot of work with the scout. He's already made a bunch of these FURIA guys pretty squishy early on. Oh, that's a big dink and a good trade for Vinny, but yeah, now MIBR, they've collected that op. Fallen says thank you, I'll take that one.
Yeah, they should have just thrown that thing off the building when they had the chance.
Right.
Just
Yeah, I
get it
mean,
out
the
of
only
there.
thing they had going from there is that they killed 3 of the MIBR players, so economy is still at 0 after the buy. Obviously still a very good buy though. And for FURIA, partial buy. Well, I was saying that, but then Vinny buys like a little. Goes down to 0. Oh, it's a full buy instead. They changed their mind.
They're going ham
Yeah,
real
they
early
changed
on.
their mind here.
Dang.
This is a lot of economic investment for the first 3-4 rounds of this game. They just want to bash their head against the wall and try and break it down. Even K-Serrato jumping through the flames, and he's going to entry, but he's so low. Although they're both blind. They're both in the same position. They're blocking each other now. Oh, miscue from Taco and Fur.
But he's got 2 teammates right on his backside, ready to assist him when necessary. But Art, good dink, and this Tech 9
my
is doing
God.
so much damage to the smoke. All of MIBR are so low. Art just got 2 dinks. And now, ooh, that's a big kill from Taco though, but still MIBR, they're so scared. Any stray bullet at this moment can just wipe them out. Make this, and there it is, a stray bullet from Art. Finishing off the work of Yuri, and man, what a good set piece. It was K-Serrato. He had no fear of that Molotov on the stairs.
And he's still alive.
Yeah, it was really good movement as well. I mean, a good heads-up play from him, just gaining that space in that moment. Good pop flashes.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I mean, obviously great bold play from K-Serrato. The play from Art with the Tech 9 as well around the smoke. But for me, like the real thing with that round was Taco and Fur falling back while blind to the same exact position and just blocking each other from ever getting into cover. That was sketchy. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but man, I guess that's the power of the Tech 9s, right?
Yeah, and the
Things
flashbangs
get
were good as well.
dicey,
Like
yeah.
when you flash people and they get blind and they're just like they're scrambling for the closest cover that they can find. Sometimes that happens, but that's we'll see if that is a trend or if that was just a one-off mistake.
And another buyback. I mean, this is a complete brawl for this economy. Neither team is willing to allow the other to have a one-up. Oh, Art, man, this is what he does. None of the MIBRs expected Art to just walk contact straight up into the A-bomb site with no nades to follow suit, but Art, he makes it happen and gets 2 entries off the back of that, and that's the bomb site up. I mean, that's a plant for FURIA here.
Yeah, that's a round for FURIA here. And that's going to, I mean, you'd imagine a save from the MIBR guys as they back away. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's something that I think MIBR is going to be saying in the future. We can't let that happen throughout the half. You know, someone's going to have to put a stop to that real quick. I don't know if he just has a knack for it, if we just only really notice it when it happens, but the amount of times that he's able to just walk all the way into a bomb site without anyone challenging him is pretty crazy.
His timing is really admirable.
But what's weird about it is like I feel like you can't even really notice or you can't even really judge that kind of a timing. Yeah, like you're just kind of walking and you just never see anyone, and it's like okay.
You can't because I mean all the defenders are generally playing off of the idea that there's a certain respect along the line of scrimmage that the attackers have to maintain. So certainly, I mean, MIBR, they thought Art would respect that in that moment, but he did not.
He did not.
This time around, MIBR is being a little bit more conservative with their money, which surely they have to be at this point. We did talk about those double ops coming out. So that's probably what they're trying to save their money for at the moment.
Tense round. Oh, Taco's dead. One shot comes off. KNG up next. Art was ready for that. And Fallen finally ends it, but I mean, 2 kills is great.
A lot more, like more and more people are getting aware of that. You see a lot more, like the fake kind, or you have one guy just goes and dies for CT, and the other one comes like a few seconds later to kind of get to trade. You even see sometimes three members there. So nice from Art. Is aware.
Ooh, Yuri's aware.
Awareness.
All right, 4-2 for FURIA. The op from round number 2 still in Henny's hands. That thing's been juggled around by both teams.
It has. It's paid off its investment early on for both squads.
You have 2 options here, buddy. You have a lot of money you're going to be able to buy next. So try and get some more money in your bank here for some kills or save the armor and stuff. Maybe go a little bit aggressive next round instead, but it's not going to be a full weapon round then. As for FURIA, having 4 members alive here as well, with a lot of utility saved also, this is a big round for them. Starting to build some economy.
Yeah, this start to the map couldn't have gone any better for FURIA.
Yeah, and especially the cockiness of like rebuying there that we talked about. I mean, you know, it's one of those, I always say, it's like very much a gamble, and I'd say it's probably more of a gamble than not. You just half buy there, you can still fully buy next, rather than full buying and then you just get a scrappy. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, you're not happy. 4-2. No op on the MIBR side.
Fur's got some money. He's got 3,400 in the bank. But yeah, still couldn't afford the AWP. See if they can hold on this round. Get back into things. Molotov out. And looking for pressure, looking for peaks and aggression on A ramp. Oh, Art is so blind.
What a flash.
Yeah, that was a beautiful flash from Fallen. Art obviously never saw that coming.
Even with that MP9 and already having so much money, he gets a pick, and what a good look from MIBR. FURIA have not gained any ground in this round so far. Hardly any damage, and
yeah, just, I mean, a great setup at that A ramp. I wonder how often we'll see that. Because you have to start imagining, if you know you're going to be playing for FURIA on Vertigo, like, you have to have protocols to eliminate Art from the map. If he keeps to having success with those aggressive plays, it's just gonna snowball into something you can't control. Good flash, good kill, and almost able to transition over. That leaves Henny in a 1 versus 3.
oh,
He hears them rotating off, so now he's got free access to this bomb site. Just one player, and he's gonna. You have to think he's gonna get aggressive to find this kill, and he's not gonna get it.
that's a goblin ang from TRK though. I like that angle, just showing his little tiny head.
Like you mentioned as well, Jason, the whole thing of like expecting Art, and actually it was to Christine's point of on this map, but maybe why FURIA is struggling a little bit on here. It seems very one-dimensional, even for Art's kind of aggression. It's very like the same, you know, we're going A short, maybe A ramp. But for MIBR, just the flashes are good there, and it's the same kind of timing. And as long as they can kind of find that solution and that answer there, it does actually hurt FURIA a lot in terms of like just overall map control, especially on a map like Vertigo when the rotations are so quick. See, yeah, he's there again, right? Yeah, very much the same, and we saw that yesterday too.
Taco's in a pretty forward position at the moment as well.
Yeah, he's living the dream right now.
Yeah, this is just a lot of intel for MIBR. They're going to be confident to hold their ground here at A and not worry about any shenanigans, any sort of a fake. So, ooh, Fallen's going to wish he hit that shot. With these close quarter combats, I mean, this is where Fallen thrives, but not when you're completely blind.
Just so much utility being sent for Art, and look at the pressure they applied to both sides as soon as Art's about to turn that corner. They had no chance, and yeah, Fallen definitely wishes he hit that first shot.
He was so smart there too, or I think it was Art actually. But like you mentioned, Fallen actually takes the first peek. He missed the shot, but then because Art, he doesn't rush forward like he does, but he doesn't rush fully. But he still makes a lot of movement. So Fallen is kind of scared, like he's in between of, oh, I don't know, like they're coming, are they coming? I can't do an aggressive peek. And Furia then with the setup with that one flashbang, expo flash. Maybe it's on purpose, maybe not, but you kind of saw Art was running back and forth. Like it was,
I think it was
on
purpose in the sense that he had a teammate behind him who threw the Molotov to make sure Fallen couldn't fall back, and then the follow-up flashbang that you just mentioned that came in. So I think he was just kind of moving around while being patient, keeping that like almost jiggle in case Fallen was to peek into him. So a 5th round for Furia. And again, they still have the AWP from the 2nd round. MIBR invested in one here.
We should keep track of this. The whole
I
half,
am. I've been keeping my eye on it.
Can they keep it the whole half? That 3rd round up.
They don't have it right now. They actually dropped it.
Come on.
All right, so switching things up. Do not want an AWP. Well, that's sad. I felt like that op was a companion. He's been with us for so long.
5 full rounds. Again, we talk about, I talk a lot about economy, and we look at the buys here from MIBR. And because they didn't get to save the previous one, we look at it. Fallen has full buy, but he only has a deagle. So no rifle on him, and no ops though. So while the buys are good, it's not good enough to afford ops just yet. Yeah, this is MIBR fighting like fire with fire, I feel like a little bit, knowing that Furia likes to play aggressive and like not really having a counter. Now here's what I like, here's the thing, and I always say it as well, like when it comes like stringing rounds together, like thinking ahead a little bit. Just because MIBR lost this one round doesn't necessarily mean like too much in the grand scheme of things. What you're doing now is you're kind of putting like a mental state in Furia saying, hey, watch out for MIBR's like A pushes, watch out, they do like to play aggressive. And it kind of sets up for this like so-called like the retake, the winning scenario on that A bomb site where, you know, you can only throw a handful of nades then in the beginning of your MIBR because you've done such a good job with the mental state from Furia that they're forced to waste a lot of nades to take that A bomb site.
I actually really like that play from MIBR, and KNG had the perfect read, and he was just like, he was off. Like, that's all, he's just off on his spam into the smoke. If that's like, what, a centimeter to the right, he's getting that kill, like 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, and you could see that he was prepared. He knew Art always spaces onto that sandbag, but man, just barely off too. And it doesn't help that Henny right in that moment got an opening on his teammate as well. So then all his attention focuses towards the other side. So once again, Furia, I mean, making good work of that A ramp.
Art's got 10 kills now. Here we go. Here's that entry from Henny, as you mentioned. Here's the spam from KNG. You can see it. Oh, he just got blind lucky. I think he might have even been aiming at KNG, who was spamming it. He probably heard that sound cue. That's a rough way. MIBR losing 3 players all in the span of like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
6-3. Mac 10 coming out for Art. He senses the eco round. He's back to frag hunting mode.
Now he just dry walked into A last time around and really caught MIBR off by surprise. I don't think he's going to have the freedom to do that 2 times in a row. Surely not. Though I feel like that was delayed. I wonder if Twitch chat heard that.
That's a rubber chicken. That's a dead KNG. That's 2 kills through the smoke in the past 2 rounds, or 3 kills, excuse me, through the smoke in the past 2 rounds. And yeah, everyone on Furia feeling supremely confident. These rounds are quick.
What did I tell you, Jason? I said we're going to see some aggressive play coming in from Furia.
Some Dark Knight style,
and then you looked at me and
said,
Robin, you're an idiot. They always play aggressive. But then I said,
I didn't say you're an idiot.
More aggressive. And that's exactly what we're seeing. I
looked at you, and you immediately felt like an idiot.
I felt attacked.
Now, yesterday, Furia did a lot of these conditionings towards the A ramp, and we've seen Henny lurking out mid and putting pressure mid. towards the end of the half, Furia pivoted and started capitalizing on Henny's spaces and what he was able to accomplish early on in the first half. So I'm curious to see if Furia shift and do that again. But man, they're just finding so much success towards this A. It's like you said, Robin, MIBR, they're fighting fire with fire and trying to contest, but Furia, they're so slippery. They're just winning out in these smoke duels time and time again.
Trying to set up the mind games that you're going to like be able to take that fight at the A bomb site is all well and good until you lose it every single round.
Yeah.
I also find like if we look at it, it's going to be round 11 heading into round number 12, and MIBR hasn't bought an op a single round. Like we talk about this the A bomb site, I feel like they're forcing themselves into these positions because they just don't have an op on either one of the star players. You know, when you have a team with KNG and Fallen,
they had it that once.
Well, they saved it. Remember?
Yeah, and that wasn't towards wasn't towards the A ramp as you're talking about right now. They used that for the back calls by scaffolding.
Exactly. So now you're kind of setting it yourself up like. If you get an off up now and you kind of start playing it defensive, okay, that's all well and good because at least now you've showcased again, like you can take the A ramp, or not really you can take it. You're obviously losing that, like you pointed out, which is not a good thing. Because if you're losing the aggressive rounds, even if you go defensive, you're gonna be out of options. Because Furia here, they kind of realize we don't have to fight a lot for A because we win it anyway. We shoot people through the smokes, and MIBR doesn't have an answer to it. And I think now it's a little bit too late for MIBR too, in the sense of like really taking a timeout and just talking about, hey, like what can we really do with this side? It's another round for Furia. It's 8-3. We have another save round from MIBR. I really hope now. Now, thankfully, we're at a full loss bonus now. So thankfully, by next round, we should have ops now on the MIBR side. I think it's a little
just
bit too
in time
late.
for round number.
Yeah,
round
I
number
think
13.
you know it's definitely a little bit too late in that sense. I wish that they would have like been a little bit more cautious with their buys and maybe saved one more round so they do pick up the double ops. But we never know as well. I do know, for example, even for Hallzerk on this map, he doesn't like playing op on the seat side on this map, mainly because of all the choke points and stuff like that. I can totally see it. Maybe MIBR has been struggling in some sense on that too. But there's more than one way to play an op on this map, and especially when you have two of them. So. But nonetheless,
at least they're a little bit more passive right now. Not just losing this round in the first 15 seconds. See if we get that Furia switch up towards the other side of the map at a certain point. They have had so much success here that they might not even think that it's necessary.
Yeah.
Or I guess if the switch would happen, it would be next round. It'd be the next gun round that's going to pop up.
Sure, they might know that they're on a save now, but like if we pay attention, because Furia has had such a nice job with the trading game and stuff like that, and they've fought right before they hit the bomb sites, they haven't had a reason to waste a lot of nades. So you see, even now, it's a minute left on the clock. It's only really Handy that's wastes a lot of nades, but everyone else is like pretty much fully kitted. So even for the executes here, taking their time. I mean, obviously we do have Art doing his usual shenanigans.
Oh my lord, he was trying to lurk in.
They should still be okay though. If they do waste their nades, I mean, they do have a full steady utility. They miss Case also.
You go for this if you're MIBR, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're in a 3-on-3, you try and make
this
this work.
You have armor as well, and you have a bunch of nades. The only thing you have to be mindful of, there's no kit on the side of MIBR, so you have to go a little bit faster here. But that still shouldn't be an issue here. Furia, no more nades left, because they had two guys that died with full sets of nades. And here we go.
Yeah, that's really tough angle. They're going to lose everything. All the AKs they were able to salvage. KNG, the last one left, going for some kills right at the end. He's going to fall. It's 9-3, a 6-round lead for Furia.
I feel like even that retake, I feel like it's such a shame because they have two flashbangs in a smoke, and instead they have all three members just peeking everywhere instead of just like, hey, let's smoke off one side, let's throw one flash like close so we at least clear the close corners, and then one flash for ramp. So you at least work together. Instead, you have three guys holding one-on-one corners. I think it's a little bit sloppy.
Well, the two ops, we've been waiting for it all half long. It comes out for the first time here. Fallen, you know, we did see him with it earlier on towards the short A, and the timing wasn't on his side. He ended up getting fully blind. So this time around, hopefully MIBR are able to find a kill or two for the first time with an op.
Well, looks like Fallen's what? Fallen's at short A.
Again,
or no, that's KNG at short A, and Fallen is at rotating back to A right now. So both ops are going to be here, which if it ever turns into a set piece, those AWPs are going to have a tough time getting involved with smokes and flashbangs bombing into the site.
It's a nice little bait though, because if you do clear the short here from KNG, you might just expect, oh, A ramp's going to be clear in the sense of there's not going to be an op, and there you have kind of Fallen waiting. But as you said, like they need to get the entries here. If they miss the way that Fallen did here now, FURIA's just going to run over on the bomb side. Nice smoke wall as well. They kind of expected them being on the short.
KNG.
Yeah, and there's KNG as well. This is a really nice execute from FURIA. You don't see this smoke wall all too often. This is a straight counter to like the aggressive wall play and stuff. Super smart round.
Good, yeah.
That's a great round, yeah.
They just completely isolated that short A.
Holy crap.
Didn't care about it whatsoever. Man, MIBR just got completely outplayed in this round tactically.
I mean, on top of it, tactically, look at the shots that come out.
Right.
Fallen had one chance with the op, and then he gets banged. KNG, we didn't even get to see him take a shot, but he got banged as well.
And we've seen Taco too. I mean, multiple times he is able to get a chance to flank because he's in position, but then his teammates all just fall all around him, and he's never able to actually make that work in any way.
Oh, man.
And we're getting FURIA shooting dead bodies now. This is great.
Yeah.
Desecrate
I
that
knew
shit.
it was going to be spicy when Art busted out the knife, pulling out the blade to a
first
gunfight.
round.
First round, yeah. Jesus.
It's a thing of beauty.
Again, eco round or partial buy from MIBR. And
What the hell is happening?
no, so here's, you know, so I can see this because the A bomb site, I mean, you really have to be closely knit. You really have to have a good idea of what you want to do on that bomb site. It's not just hero plays with a one flashbang. It doesn't work like that anymore. People are so good with like counting these flashbangs. There's a lot of like hidden areas you can just stand on the T side as well for like one ways with smokes. The way that MIBR is doing, I mentioned the whole thing of like an old meta. It's very much in the old meta, the way that they've been playing this whole half so far. And FURIA is just taking advantage of that.
I can't believe, like, I mean, we'll also, like, look at the scores of the FURIA players. 14 kills on Art, 11 kills on 3 players, Henny, K-Serrano, and Yuri, 10 kills on Vinny. Hey, nobody's slacking off. Everyone's all up there. And MIBR have not been able to hold this A ramp in God knows how long. Could we bring up the scoreboard? Can we see how when it's been?
Yeah, it's been rough out there.
It's a 10-1 run.
Yikes.
Another entry here though from MIBR. I like this. Some side aggression this time around. Not so much focus on the A bomb site. But for FURIA, I mean, this is where they've been winning most of these rounds. Why not go back for it, even if you had the disadvantage? And FURIA is really good on clearing all these as well. Like you see, we saw it yesterday as well, like clearing all the boosts. As I say that TRK gets the first one, this is looking to be at least another round from MIBR.
That's nice.
Yeah, it makes it 11-4. I say that still, it's still a 5-on-2 with a smoke and a flash on K-Serrano, so.
I mean, they would need to just hit some absolutely amazing shots. Henny's already gone down, so it's K-Serrano now in a 1 versus 3. Wants that AK-47. Ooh, he's a little bit lucky. Missed opportunity. He's being flanked out as well. No idea quite yet. So the longer this goes on, the quicker it's going to be that he just goes down for free. And you can see MIBR just backing off, letting that flank come to fruition. He spots out 2 players through the smoke as KNG. 11-4 half. FURIA dominates MIBR to start this map. We're going to head to a break. When we come back, we'll see if MIBR can come back on offense. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 11-4 in the favor of Fury. A blistering first half, and the pistol round would be a nice little gift to start this out. That might just lay out the red carpet real nice and quick.
Yeah, and just knowing, I mean, obviously we kind of saw FURIA has been struggling on this map a little bit. I think it comes down to the seat side as well, but MIBR just really not having a good time on that side. We'll see. We also know that MIBR has also not had great pistol rounds so far this event. Been really strong on the second buy round though. So we'll see if they can change that. Nice starter half. Definitely something that they would want. That's a nice start. Taco gets an entry onto Art.
Oh.
Nice trade though from K-Stradon. They have the B ramp control here, and looks to be a B split from MIBR too. This is a good setup though if you're FURIA. I love this from MIBR though. They make sure that they actually clear the sides. They push that before they actually get the bomb down, and now it's looking like it's going to be an MIBR pistol round.
Nice try from Henny to capitalize on Vinny's flash, but he gets caught and eats the flash too. Now it's just a 2 versus 4, all on Henny and Yuri's shoulders, and even though Henny's got that kit, too much time is just ticking away right now.
Yeah, this round's gone and done with. Back away, save the kit, save the armor.
Ow.
Yeah, that one hurts. It's a nice little parting shot. Okay, so MIBR with that 4th round at the end of the first half. Now the pistol round. They've bought themselves a bit of a lifeline in this game, and we'll see how far they can pull it back.
Oh, okay.
That's a dick move.
Dang, Henny thought.
Get that dick move meter up there on the screen.
Oh, we needed it for last pistol round too, I feel like.
The
Yeah.
knife.
And
Yeah.
the Vinny shooting in the body, you know. Getting a lot of that, a lot of spice. Today. There we go. What's the percentage at? 89.
89.
Okay, that's not too shabby.
Alright.
It's outdated technology.
We need to
We'll get
tweak
it
the
to-
algorithms
Yeah,
maybe
we'll
just a
get
little
to
bit.
100.
Update the
100%.
firmware.
Yeah.
Sometime this game, I'm sure. It's a buy round or partial buy round for FURIA. Smart here from Art and Henny saving, not buying armor. Then we kind of see what their plan is for the first weapon round. So we're going to see a dual op setup on both of these players. And the approach here from MIBR is a little bit different compared if we see the FURIA round for their T side. They opted going towards B.
Well, yeah, they don't have an Art on their team who's willing to just, turn the brain off and start moving forward
Yeah.
with the MAC-10.
No, but I actually like this approach a little bit better from MIBR, taking it a little bit more cool, a little bit calm, collected, trying to figure out where is FURIA stationed at. Do they have a stack?
They
Just
do
very
indeed.
Slow play here, yeah. You kind of see here from MIBR as well. They are, is that leaning a little bit more towards the A bomb site there?
Yeah. At the moment, that is where all the FURIA members are. This smoke might adjust some movements from FURIA.
It's going to be
No,
too
okay,
late.
yeah.
I don't think it
Yeah.
should
They're
just
coming towards mid. Now we're all good. So
Yeah.
yeah, MIBR, it's going to be just a B take here from mid. Nicely read. Or nicely gambled, rather. There's not really a lot of information on the map. So that was just a nice little guess. They had mid. I like that from MIBR. Like I said, they took it a little bit cooler there compared to FURIA. Just made sure that they're aware of any aggression.
Look at this hunting pack party, though. They're all gathered together. I mean, at this point, FURIA, they're just going to go for weapons. So if Taco's not careful, okay, he's got a buddy in fur. MIBR are being really cautious about this, so I'd be surprised if FURIA even get away with a weapon here.
Even for
Ooh, they're
FURIA
even
here,
leaving, going the other way.
it's okay. Even from FURIA, you're still happy with this, like having the 5. Sure, you wanted kind of a weapon, but
You get to
because you-
try again.
Exactly, you get to try
free
again
round.
because you bossed this round. You didn't see anyone. It was a gamble onto the A. We were gonna probably see somewhat the same thing again here. And for MIBR, we'll see if they're, because this is again a difficult round here. Because you always talk about the second round being difficult. You know, even if you're the T side, they're making the right gambles and whatnot. We have some nades as well on the FURIA side. 1 smoke, 1 flash, and 1 HE. So this is all about like gambling right from MIBR. Utilize your nades early as well. Clear your corners. You have a lot of money here to work with, so it's definitely worth wasting a little bit of utility to ensure that you get away with a round win. Like that, I love that. Just waste a like a molly early and stuff like that. Prevent the push. Take a good spot as well.
We'll see if they can actually stop it once this hit begins. Wow, wow.
Bit of a lull at the moment, as
Yeah, they're
MIBR aren't willing to just freely go up. I mean, you mentioned it, Robin. They're being very thorough, very cautious, and we like to see that from teams. Calculated moves.
I don't know. I was a big fan of those rounds that were ending at the minute and 20-second mark. That was pretty cool in the first half.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. You just have to wait. You know? FURIA don't have weapons yet.
We just have to get there.
Once they have weapons, they will start their T side on their CT side.
The offensive CT side. All right. Well, one defender at the B-bomb site. That's K Serrato.
They do have 2 guys in mid though. That's gonna be very quick on this rotate. So we'll see what MIBR decides to do. They have a bunch of nades here. They actually do the same kind of route that FURIA does, where they opt to not waste a bunch. Wall banks are here though. And because FURIA has no really nades to really help them out there, this is a really good round from MIBR. Again, very well, as I say, that KNG shoots the back of TRK.
He could have really used a pop flash from a teammate to go for that peek. Instead, he just had to sit there and take bullets to the face.
Yeah, just the one pop flash there. Actually, this round becomes a little bit more dangerous because then you also have the crossfire on sight. But because he gets that one-on-one duel and they're not peeking from the bomb side, you're not really saving him. Then it's pretty much of a wash. Nice round from MIBR.
That cracked me up.
Yeah. Beep, beep. Yeah, it's just like, okay.
And the nade coming in is just like really...
There we go.
That one's full hundo. Oh, ooh, there we
Yeah, it's
go.
full
Top the
hundo.
charts. It's broken.
And as we pointed out, double up setup from FURIA on Art and Henny. We'll see here. Where's Art gonna go? Is he already in T-spawn? Or is he on his way?
Whoa.
Oh, Vinny is the one actually going there on the B there. Nice entries there from Taco and Fall, and nice flashing as well.
Fallen's just going to the molly. He wants more.
Yeah, well, there's a rotation that got there pretty quick as well. And with Taco and Fallen at low HP, thankfully it's Art with the ult, but still any kill he gets would be massive.
Oh.
I don't think he realizes how close Fallen is.
I think it should be a quick save call here. Try and get in good positions. You know that MIBR is going to want to go on the hunt.
Yeah, with the double up as well. Want to preserve that. It's a shame they couldn't get the AWPs going. Actually, Art with one of the ops came over to the A-bomb site and threw utility, I'm assuming, to help Henny peek. But aggression on the other side of the map could have been great to have one of those AWPs there.
It's actually the best call MIBR could have made, because even if they would have put an op on that B-bomb site, because that spot is so wallable, and like we had a flashbang from Fallen for Taco there also, it's actually a pretty good call. And for FURIA, they just want to take the B-ramp control there, you know, take the double swing with 2 people, have an aggressive smoke there, and then just let Henny and Art work their magic on the A and also by mid. So nice round. Also nice from FURIA, saving the 2 ops. So still a very dangerous round here. Round 20. No timeout so far.
No timeouts. No timeouts needed. It's grudge match.
No timeouts needed, and even less so because it is online. Everyone gets to talk at all times, including Fifi.
Especially Fifi.
Yeah, I feel like maybe the guys would have preferred it being offline so that I can shut up for a second, you know?
No. They need a strong coaching figure behind him.
Taco's going for it again. I mean, he found that pick pretty quick last time, but it's Art this time. With the op, he's brought it over.
Yeah, but if he tries to get too aggressive.
Oh no, this is it. Oh, he just barely misses that shot. And good on TRK there to just barely give him a shoulder to even shoot at.
It's also a little bit of a bait setup there for him. Kisserado still has an aggressive setup on that B bomb site. And because even the A setups is so aggressive here as well from FURIA, they have basically full control of the bomb site. It's been a minute, or about 50 seconds. MIBR making their way over to the A bomb site here now.
Yeah, but this is a long way that MIBR is going to have to go when they get spotted. Like Henny's, like they're gonna be able to get rotation if you're
we
FURIA.
talk about exactly. We talk about phases on this map, for example. For MIBR, they can't just like take here and just start rushing. Maybe that's the plan, but that's a bad idea. Like this, you have to take the ramp. You have to be a little bit you have to take a little bit more time there because you know that he's going to waste a lot of nades. Even getting the entry there from KNG, that's a great little start. Henny gets the 1-2. They actually stay aggressive. Not sure if I like that from FURIA.
Oh, that's the bomb down. Why is MIBR stopped? Molotov comes out. It's going to be put out. This is... Oh, FURIA's recovered.
Yeah.
And what started out terribly for them, that looked real nasty. These footsteps can be heard the whole way over. No one's reacted just yet from FURIA, though. Oh, they might actually be able to make it. 8 seconds on the clock.
got his Nikes on.
I don't know. 5.
Get the Nikes on.
Nah.
No,
time.
it's way off.
What?
Oh.
We're getting juked from the okay.
Something's
down.
Something's really confusing me.
3-2.
Not way off. Okay, well all of a sudden MIBR, they're man up and it's 2v2 post plant.
Oh dear, this is not ideal. Taco goes down. Good kills from K-Serrato.
What a wild round, and you know, right off the bat, Yuri, he was in such a pickled situation down there in the smoke, getting caught out and getting taken out. Then Henny, we thought it was gonna fall apart, but Art, I mean, he had so much pressure. Even though he had just the 1 kill, dropping the smoke down on the Molotov and surviving there, that buying time right then, that was the key.
Yeah, I don't know, that was a weird defense. MIBR slowing it down might have just saved FURIA, but that felt real odd to me that you would have Yuri pushing through, I think it was Yuri, over towards the A ramp, pushing through that smoke in that fashion. When you have Henny with an AWP also like being aggressive, like wouldn't you want your op to take that initial contact?
Yeah, it was some sort of a weird play because Henny also threw a smoke weirdly to his left too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that.
I did. I think he was trying to put up where the smoke is like right now to maybe make him think that the defense was going to be passive or something.
Yeah, so they were trying to do something clever, for sure.
That's what we had mentioned even with the timing, right? Here we see MIBR taking A little bit faster, so they do have a little bit more time to work with. Because as Jason pointed out, you can't just go all the way back in that T-spawn area, T-ramp area, and expect to just rush all the way towards A, towards the bomb site. That's where FURIA that's where they kind of saved themselves, because they were so aggressive, but because MIBR kept pushing a little bit, rotations came in, and they kind of fought for it. Here, they're in a much better spot. It's still 50 seconds gone, but the map control-wise, they're in a much better position now to potentially just do a full-on execute, clear out the area. We do still have the molly, and it's on Fur. I would love for Fur to hopefully clear out the sandbags there.
I think TRK is just going to end up lurking this. The rest of MIBR towards the staircase. This could be a fake at this side of the bomb site. There's TRK going down. KNG's going to try and make his move.
I don't know if they know this, actually.
It's sure they have to be aware that it's open. Yeah, Henny's watching it now.
The timing.
Oh, that's awkward. That's a freebie. So KNG gets an extra life. That's going to pull one defender away. They've got to be very careful. KNG, this has got to start making the defense feel nervous. Oh, what a flank. Or push down, excuse me. Yeah, but it's going to pop right back up onto the bridge.
Oh,
what a crazy round. But again, MIBR, look at where this fight is happening with 20 seconds left. They were trying to make it back from the other side of the map based off KNG's progress.
Yeah, I think they actually overthink it a little bit there too, because KNG had such a good spot there. Yeah, exactly. Like for a flank, or even like you push the B there and you have him wait, and even for TRK. Or rather, if you have those positioning, you could also just make the call and be like, hey, I'm in such a good spot. No, not like, you know, I'm not seeing anyone. They're not going aggressive. Fall back into a full-blown execute on the A bomb site then instead. But instead, it was pretty much like they were not really sure what they wanted to do. They had a game plan that kind of changed their mind halfway through. Yeah, this is a very worrisome sign here from MIBR on the first map at least. It's looking, for me at least, that FURIA will run away with this map, the way they've been playing. Even this CT side, I don't think MIBR is going to have much of a reply to it. Here we see, I talked about it, the 3 guys towards short A, very common, especially in Europe. And this is double op setup as well from FURIA. Well, like, what are you really supposed to do there?
The FURIA defense has come alive. Okay.
Art, he's hunting.
Oh, if he had gotten that. If he had gotten that.
It was so close.
I would have walked away for the rest of the afternoon.
Close.
My word. 14-8, 6-round lead. Money is pretty much gone from MIBR, but I think they have to buy no matter what.
It's actually one of the things that Forrest had talked about the first few tournaments we played when we came back, is the buying on this round particularly. You know, it's round number 13, it's going to be round 14 here from FURIA, but because MIBR bought on this round right here, they have such a weak buy here coming into round number 15, where they're forced to buy because they obviously don't want to play for overtime. But the problem here is that if they lose this round, next round as well is going to be a scrappy buy.
Oh.
This is something to be mindful of in the later stages of the game.
Kenny definitely wishing he landed one of those shots, but he does get taken out. And good damage onto MIBR with this flank from K-Serrado. He's got the bomb now, and this is almost too much of a chokehold for MIBR. TRK also getting taken out by Art, going for more and more, just pushing forward. And for, well, he's completely surrounded now. That's gonna be a good start.
He's got a chance here. 1 minute, plenty of time, bomb in hand, and no matter where he chooses to fight, he's at least got a one-on-one. The problem is finding the fight, knowing where it's going to come next. Working his way back up a ramp.
Yeah, at this point, FURIA are doing a good job not giving Fer the duel he wants, but the crux in that is that they're so spread out that...
I think they're fine with letting him get the plant down, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, let's just keep him contained. At some point, he's going to have to put the bomb down, and then we'll have an idea of where he is. But yeah, the coming together and finding a way to work as a team with these two final players is going to be the real issue. Because if you wait too long now, Fer gets away, and again, you have no idea where he is.
Yeah, and he just heard K-Serrado. So he's going to look for this 1v1 first, towards the CT spawn, and Vinny's got to be so patient at this point. Oh, but he's going to be a distraction, letting K-Serrado run forward, and there it is. That's good. I mean, at that point, Vinny just took the gamble. Enough time had passed, so he was just trying to be a noise cue, keep him pinned in there, and keep the focus all on him. Yeah. Right, exactly. So that K-Serrado can just then W on forward and meet him up from that point. So really, I mean, a well-played round from FURIA. Didn't give for any sort of a duel, any sort of comfort within that round.
Not even a little bit. Good stuff from FURIA. 7-round lead. They have 7 chances to close out this map. Their map pick, 15-8 at the moment, looking dominant.
Yeah, and that's a blessing also, by the way. We mentioned it, the whole thing with Fer even getting the bomb down. They had no money on the MIBR sides. Even that is a bonus. Allows these guys to at least get AK armor. And just nades on Fer. So this is going to be a lot of dry peeking here from MIBR. I'm expecting trading to be done. Not just one-on-one. You don't have enough nades to even, you know, come back to this. This is exactly what happens then. It's actually perfect nades there. This is definitely looking to be a FURIA round, which is going to make it 16-8.
It's been quite a spanking.
It has been, yeah.
That first half was so brutal. 11-4 for FURIA.
Yeah.
Man. Henny flanking, got the deagle out, going for the pistol whip. They've got eyes on it for the moment, but FURIA's infested everywhere on this map. I can't believe that MIBR's back in T-spawn at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he started the round with the op, killed 2 attackers, picked up their AK, and pushed forward even more.
I can't even think of when I've seen a team at the 1 minute mark in a round have like their players tucked back in T-spawn, just like getting aggressed and pinched. That's so crazy.
Yeah, and knowing as well, because look, there's, like you're saying, 30 seconds left. They have to clear every corner because they have nothing. And get the bomb. And get the bomb down. At least they have the one smoke on Taco, but...
This is when you're like watching as your teammate and you're like, this is all good and I know I'm supposed to support them and everything, but there ain't a chance in hell that they win this.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just like, there's no way. No way at all. 16-8 for FURIA. Man alive.
Dominating performance. I mean, that first side there, I had mentioned it, the whole thing of, I think we had round number 10 or 11 was the first round we had MIBR on the op setups, and that's obviously them buying it. They had...
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like the economy side of things for MIBR really not... I'm not sure if they had a game plan coming into it, like we have to try and put a stop to like arch aggression, or like we have to put a stop on the A ramp kind of side of things, which is why they opted for rifles and like a little bit more nades rather than the ops. But as soon as that don't work, and we mentioned it, the whole thing of the reason why you would go aggressive is obviously to try and take map control so you could fall back and play the retake. That didn't really happen though, but we're going to talk more about that map and also this series after the break. We're back. That was the first. That was a spicy first map. We said there was going to be a brawl, and there was on Furia's end.
I was gonna say there wasn't a whole lot of fight back.
Yeah.
I think to have a brawl, you really have to have some sort of a rebuttal.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's just that. Here's Inferno for you. And I think, if anything, if we are going to see, you know, especially if we want to see the Mirage for third map here, this is where MIBR really needs to wake up.
Yeah.
Vertigo, you can count out. You can say, hey, we knew for a fact, like, the odds of us winning that not very high. This the map that we picked is going to be our map pick. I feel like they have played good on this map this week so far. They've had some nice setups, even some nice flexible setups as well with the with the stacking into B, just the solo into B as well. I talked a lot about KNG have fallen, the dual op setups as well, with KNG being extremely aggressive, going for peaks. And I mentioned the whole thing with Furia with Art, for example. Like KNG is Art's reply to that, but with an op, but only with an op usually, right? So it's going to be exciting to see if we can get activated a little bit more. I think that if we count like opening kills in general this game or this first map, I think Furia just wins this tremendously. I think there's only 2 rounds that I can recall that MIBR actually got the entry. They actually ended up winning those rounds as well. So
Yeah, I was looking at the stats, and Art won 7 out of the 11 opening picks. So he was just winning majority of all of his duels. And yeah, sure, it was a brawl, and more so on the Furia side of things, but that's not from a lack of MIBR trying, right? I mean, we saw that MIBR were trying to fight fire with fire. Now, granted, they were coming out on the losers' end of that, but it's like you said, Robin, the aggression coming out of KNG with that AWP moving on to Inferno, that's certainly going to play well for MIBR just because they're not shying away from the duels. They're not shying away from Furia's style or what they're trying to bring to the table. They're not afraid of that, right? So, I mean, whenever they need to get down and dirty, they're willing to do it. So I think that bodes well for MIBR.
what do you think, Jason? You've been quiet. You hold the chicken in your hand.
Yeah, it's my
Meditation
therapy chicken. Keeps me grounded. I don't know. I don't know if I like the style of fighting fire with fire if you're MIBR against Furia. I don't think they have players suited outside of Fur. I don't think they have players suited to that level of aggression. Obviously on Inferno, the peaks with KNG towards like alt mid, towards down mid, like that's all well and good, but the general idea that everyone in MIBR is going to be comfortable with like the crazy amount of just nonstop pushing and aggression and holding W that Furia has, I don't think you can ever match that. And I think that's actually the biggest problem that MIBR's had over the past like year or so, trying to figure out how to make this team work is, when they were at their height in 2016, they were kind of establishing the meta of how to play the game, and they had their own unique style. And now I feel like they're trying to like play catch up with other teams. And if you're just going to go into a match and fight as we've been saying, fight fire with fire, I think you're just playing right into Furia's hands. I think if you're going to meet them at the point of their aggression, that's what they'd want to have. I think the better thing is to come up with counters, come up with some pop flash setups, someone to take the initial contact of that aggression, and then get the follow-up counter with the utility that you have.
We saw some counters, right? We saw KNG, that was just little small things. KNG had his crosshair right where Art should have been, and it was just a small snowball domino effect downhill from there that they lost out on the end of. But certainly I think the counters, the ideas are there, right?
No, but you're right. You mentioned it as well, and actually we can use EG as an example, because obviously EG played Fury yesterday, and we talk about fighting fire with fire. When we talk about the whole thing of like being aggressive early, being aggressive mid-round and stuff like that, EG had really nice setups to counter Furious aggressive play. It was Art had a really good first map, but then for the second and third map, it's more so about, like you're saying, you don't have to fight fire with fire. Expect that there will always be somewhere, and expect the fact that like it's not going to be a bunch of dry peaks and stuff like that. Utilize the nades a little bit, have some trades, because I think that even if we look at stats, I don't even think the trading game is on point for MIBR here as well.
Well, EG has some of them young players that like to get stuck into the action, that don't like to sit around and wait, for the action. They're used to this, like, the pug style, and that's like the kind of chaotic environment they've kind of grown up in. I don't think Fallen's first, intuition is going to be to push up and do some kind of crazy move. I don't think Taco's, intuition is going to be there. TRK has great aim, but I haven't seen him come out as some kind of like crazy wildebeest of rushing and moving forward into bomb sites either. So I just don't think that level of aggression that Furia comes out with is ever going to be able to be matched by MIBR. Now, coming onto Inferno, it might naturally end up being a clash because Banana plays out the way it does, and for me, like, this truly is going to be a map that is won and lost on winning Banana. If MIBR is going to play a passive style at the B bomb site and not really contend for that car and broken wall area of Banana, and FURIA gets that space right off the bat, like, I think MIBR is just screwed. I think they're going to have to and be forced to fight for that car and half wall.
Well, let's look at the positives here too. Like Inferno, I think out of all the maps, when we look at just utility damage and just how to counter aggression, and obviously it's something that Astralis has been just known for, like kind of made that meta. It's like it's a very easy map to get good nades in. It's a very easy map to get chip damage in, and at least trying to lower the damage on Furia, so you at least maybe you can try and spray them down a little bit. I always tell my guys, hey, listen, if you get 13 damage with the HE, it's nice, right? Because it's an insta-kill with the M4. Like, that's what you want to strive for, so you don't have to just get the dink and then you've missed the shot, right? Because then you're in the same advantage as an AK. And just getting that, like, minor thing, especially on a map like Inferno, because the choke points are so narrow, it's actually going to be very beneficial for you. So, like, I talk about it and mention it again. I think the winning concept here for MIBR is that they have to control their economy. They have to get their economy in order. They have to be willing to even double save one round in order to get their economy up and running, rather than just keep buying and just like a sloppy like second buy or whatever with a pistol or whatever, and you keep on going with these buys where you don't even have a flashbang. You have like one smoke and you have a rifle. You're not going to win games like that, especially knowing that Fury is just going to be all up in your face at all times.
And also especially knowing how heavily dependent MIBR's success has been on those dual ops of KNG and Fallen. So, we're already live into it. We're hopping in. Finny popping off, already taking out Taco and Fur, and Henny following up as well, but Kanji finds himself in a good spot, and TRK is already planting an A.
Yeah, but they can just ignore the mid player, or they can ignore the planner.
But
oh,
TRK.
That's a good shot. Oh, he can't track the follow-up, and now 1 versus 2, stuck in the center box, and surely there's no way he gets out of this. I think even the knife came out right at the end again from Vinny, but it doesn't matter.
You know, I just love it. They don't even wait with the retake. They're like retaking as they're reloading. They don't care. It's just like, yeah, just come and shoot at me. You know,
That's
we'll
what I'm saying.
come with the trades.
Ooh.
Get him, Vinny.
That's another pistol round on the board for Furia.
This is going to end up being a very cathartic series for Furia. Working out all their aggression, working out all their frustrations.
Yeah, the anger you guys, I can definitely see that.
I wonder where they lost Art. Because we obviously jumped in right here. It's been like 10 seconds early. Might have maybe been down Banana or something. Who knows? It's probably aggressive, I'll tell you that much. By scout by here from Fallen with a bunch of Deagles. No armor though, so it's going to be an AK by next round. This is all about doing some damage on that CT economy. If you win the round, I mean that's a definite bonus, but get him some kills, even getting the bomb down. That's what MIBR is looking for here. It's actually a really aggressive play here. I can't believe he actually got up that much. His rudder was ready for it though, and that's a nice trade from Fur. They have the wrap.
But there's no way to work together. And again, it's Art on the CT side, just pushing down Banana. So he's playing two T sides on this map, and he's actually somehow, again, just slipped in away from Taco.
It's like he's a T doing a default right now. He's got to clear holes.
I know.
As if he's the T. He's just going to hunt Taco down, and I mean, he's going to stiff him out at this point. Taco's jig is up.
Yeah, I mean, he saw blood on the wall as well, and he was definitely spotted previously. Now, the one issue is there's no one at the B bomb site for the moment, but that doesn't really matter. Look at this guy.
He knows, man. It doesn't matter.
He knows the bomb was just picked up. Oh, boy.
How does that work?
Literally went from B, down mid, alt mid, apps, down mid to B again. All within a minute.
He's insane.
Nice aggression. Bonus round here from Furia. Now, first weapon round coming in from MIBR. Good sets of nades here. We talked about the economy. No ops. But on Inferno T side, you don't really need it. You can get away with not buying ops on this half. Most teams sometimes even don't. So,
I mean, Art's got an op and a Molotov and a smoke in the third round of the CT half. So he's, man, that farming's definitely paying off. Now the second map in a row that we've seen Art pulling out the AWP early on in the half. So this is a dream start for Furia so far. He even gets boosted up at the half wall. And all this information is going to allow Furia's A defense to kind of tighten up, let them know that the attack and most of the pressure should be coming towards them. here shortly, and you can see that TRK poking and prodding, and Art already getting a nice opening. Once again, his opening duels have just been so great to watch for this FURIA side.
And now he's just peeking down from Banana as well. That's a nice easy pick as Kanji just wanders into his crosshair.
Yeah, that's the worst case for MIBR too, because even if you're MIBR here, you want to take over mid and you want to take over Banana after. Now we're in a spot where, granted, now FURIA has 2 members on that B bomb side, but we have 1 rotate coming in. Nate's still on the board as well with a man advantage. 40 seconds left. MIBR's not even going to have time to fall back here, so this is going to be a pure A take.
Look at this push. This is so perfect. Vinny's just shoulder picking that whole time, and he's got a teammate rotating over, so once he sees it's clear, there's no problem just pushing up and retaking that space. And MIBR did not leave someone to hold on to that. Good kill from Taco, but that's traded. And wrapping around the site isn't going to work from TRK. And Fallen is the last one left in a 1 versus 4. 15 seconds on the clock. Nothing gets done.
Henny does such a fantastic job there, being the point of contact, but not overextending, not giving away too much, finding the good fights and finding at the optimal angles so that the crossfire is always going to be there in the favor of FURIA's side. So this was a solid A hold from FURIA, not to mention Art so much map control with that early AWP buy once again.
Yeah, and even the reads there also, we mentioned it, just the fact that Art can play that B bomb side by himself. We have 4 members from FURIA, and Vinny's timing on that long push is just so great. There's 30 seconds left on the clock, and they kind of know it's like, well, there's not coming B. They have to come for A here, and like that timing push, they're getting the kill. Just overall, just love the way that FURIA plays their CT sides. Feel like they have their timings locked in as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But so far, versus MIBR at least, it's definitely been working out.
Yeah, it's been looking, yeah, all's good. K Serrano waiting for another peek in from Fur. Nice quick round. Well, this is going to be the fight that I'm interested in. Obviously, MIBR now has the indication that FURIA is willing to put an AWP at that car. Banana is going to be so critical. I mean, as it always is on this map, but especially because I think it's the one area where MIBR is like incentivized to be aggressive against the aggression of FURIA.
And one of the things they haven't spotted yet is that they actually have a double op setup this time around.
Tenny not shot his yet?
No, I don't think so. And since he had the farmhouse last round, and they know that Art has one.
Ooh.
They might spot it this round.
What if KNG gets that up? No, never mind. Going the opposite way.
I mean, this is definitely a bonus for FURIA here, just the fact that KNG doesn't spot it. Maybe they still have the read that they do have the double op setup, but because Henny hasn't shot yet, I wonder if they actually do have that read for next round. It's like rounds like these, so it's just like so worrisome for MIBR. Even on the eco round like this, you like you semi-buy for the purpose of like trying to lower the economy on the CT side.
What the? Surely not. Okay.
Yeah, you don't even get the bomb down. You get no kills either. We have double op setups already on FURIA's side and 5 members alive, so I mean, the economy is looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, the other problem is now with the double op setup as well. I mean, they've built up money to have another double op setup if they were to ever lose a round. Like they've got a cushion behind him that's just so strong already. K Serrato at 6,500, Vinny at 7,000. They're living the dream right now. 4-0 for FURIA, and for MIBR, still no op on the field.
Fallen burning alive there. Well-placed Molotovs, and of course, Art is going to go in the more forward position with that AWP. He does smoke out his own Molotov, but he stays. He stays for another pick, and he's going to get it. TRK goes down. And Art, I mean, right now, he's in full control. He's doing exactly what he wants, and MIBR are just kind of falling into his little trap that he's laid out in the top of Banana.
Oh my God, Henny, that's a shot you gotta hit. Flashbang is out. There's the peak. I don't even know if he took that shot. He's gonna back away. This is actually pretty dangerous for FURIA. There's no one in the bomb site itself. Oh, KNG missed an opportunity as well.
Oh, and Henny finally gets punished for bad positioning, but Vinny, he follows up, and KNG's so low, but he's got Art down in a corner, and what a duel that is. Art, he comes out on the lower end of it. And KNG, I mean, he'd be all right with saving this up.
I think
he might poke and prod.
I don't know. I say you go for it. At 4-0, still early on with 40 seconds. I say at least challenge.
Yeah, but the only reason I say that is because even last round with the CZ, I feel like KNG wanted to save and his own team was like, dude, just go die. And then he went, you know, because it was just so late. But it looks like he is going to try to poke and prod, and Yuri finishes it off. This was a nice round for FURIA once again.
Vinny saves the day over in Graveyard. That one kill towards lane, the transition up towards halls as well. That was a thing of beauty. 5-0. Looks like a MIBR player dropped from the server.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, not,
He's back.
not again.
It might have actually not been a drop from the server. It might have been just the UI getting fixed up. So 5-0, and yeah, the pause is over. Freeze time starting now. I don't know. This is now the full losing bonus built up for MIBR, but it's that was like the closest round really, and it didn't even feel like they had a chance at it. It was just kind of a 1 versus 2.
Yeah. It's really these crossfires right now for FURIA's side. No matter if a player kind of goes out of line and overextends, I mean, they've always got the backup of their teammates. I mean, you even saw there, Penny kind of got out of position and Penny was just able to recover, and Art so fast.
And if you are trying to do something unorthodox there as well, it's just like a banana fake, fast banana fake to kind of go for an expo up in mid. But this is a good setup as well from FURIA. Vinny in the corner, don't clear it either. Fur, because of the little bait, I believe it was allows Vinny to get the 2 kills there, but actually trade here a little bit at least, and the bomb site is open.
That's a bad play from Yuri. That flashbang peek when you're the only defender actually at the bomb site, like that, you can just play that passively. That you could see MIBR were falling back, and then once they get that kill, it's a hustle into the site because they know they killed one on Rap side, they'd seen the op on Rap side. That was the avenue in, and now it's a pretty tough post plant to retake if you're FURIA.
Definitely so, but good on Fallen to just capitalize and completely outplay Yuri there, putting them in a position for this actual post plant. And you know what? Kanji's in such a good spot, but man, that nade, what the heck? FURIA have just outread Kanji. Maybe he made a step. Maybe the mini pick guy actually communicated that over, but Kanji just caught that grenade, and I thought that post plant would have gone a little bit better for MIBR than it did, but FURIA, they definitely had a read.
I thought so as well. I thought that was going to be much tougher. Obviously, it helps when Caserado hits that shot towards Big Pit from Small Pit. Like when he takes that player out with a headshot, that makes things easier. But that nade is like real weird that just got thrown out in that position. Maybe it's just something they know from playing this team for so long. Regardless, that's a nice victory. And I mean, let's talk about the bigger issue of the fact that Art and FURIA seem to just be getting those first kills with such a high frequency.
Yeah. I really like Fallen's move there, though. I mean, Yuri for sure thought he had the one-up play there, but Fallen completely read that flash play and out-timinged, out-maneuvered, out-everything with Yuri there.
Well, 6-0 now. And at least they haven't lost anyone to Art, and at least they finally are able to take him out in that position. He needed to get punished at some point, or else he was going to keep going back to that. So good on MIBR for pulling it off.
But look at the rotation here from FURIA. They're sticking 3 towards B, and there's going to be a mid-round aggression play here from FURIA. They were supposed to flash out. Might still happen. Because in terms of timing here, yeah, I love this play from Henny. You have to actually do something here, but just having 3 guys on the B bomb site doesn't really help too much if they have the read as well, and especially once MIBR does this, like you kind of have to make a play and have to make a move on, because the longer the time goes by and they don't hit that B bomb site, you know, Yuri is all by himself here. It's going to take, I mean, a miracle here if he's going to want to try and win this round.
Vinny's rotating over. He could get there quick enough if Yuri can just find 1 or 2 kills. There's the flashbang. Oh, and there's the player from Paul's just to protect him, and it might be a save call now from FURIA. At least for Caserado, he's already backed away. Vinny's going to start joining him in T-spawn. So there it is. First round on the board for MIBR with a nice adjustment.
Definitely a nice adjustment. I like the idea. You could tell that Vinny was trying to set Yuri up for some success there, but I think I would have rather wished that for a different option there. I don't know. That flash, they really relied heavily on that flash to blind way too many people in way too many different spots. So FURIA, they do end up losing out this round, but they've got full control still within the game here. They've got the pace, they've got the economy, and they're still able to save an 8K and an AWP in this round.
The economy is going to get real cut into. I think most of their economy is going to disappear after this next buy. So, I mean, MIBR's kind of got them on that verge. So, this round's important for MIBR. If FURIA can win it, they can build an even bigger lead, but it'll give them a nice advantage. Keep some cushioning in their money. If MIBR win it, then all of a sudden they have an opportunity to close the gap pretty quick. So this is huge, at least for the early stages of Inferno.
Yeah, and as you mentioned as well, for the previous round, you know, even though it didn't really seem that close, they only had 2 members still alive on the FURIA end, so having to always have to rebuy is the damage that we've seen here. Only really KStrada with money left on the board from FURIA. So this is a very important round if you're MIBR, if you want to try and get a grasp of this half, maybe even win the half. This would be a good start to that.
Ooh.
As I say that, Henny gets the first entry there, takes a peek down mid.
Those ops, man. These ops.
Yeah, and Artson and Banana just chilling too, taking peeks. And the stuff like this, we talk about like the double op setups and stuff like that, how important it is to like waste nades and stuff. Just don't run into like the crossfires. And but the downside of that, or like the difficult part of this, is obviously like, which is why you see people doing like these expo rounds versus Opera, is because when you waste a lot of nades, like just trying to get them to remove their angle or like fall back a little bit, by the end of it, you're not going to have that much left. So it's just very important to just have a proper game plan, especially versus double op setups. They're falling back though. I mean, this is looking, because they don't have any mid control either, and it's 40 seconds left, they're not even making their way over there. It's looking like a B hit. We do have a lot of nades here from the MIBR side though, so this could be a proper B execute, and we pay attention to the FURIA side. They actually only have the 1 flashbang left now, and Art puts the smoke down. This is a nice little aggression here from MIBR. I would love to see one more flashbang here instead. They don't have one left actually, which means the KStrada can just hold mouse 1.
They threw 3 flashbangs to come up Banana, and not a single one blinded the op. Not a single one actually forced him back in any way.
Yeah, they were all 3 bananas, so even on the bombs that they had none. So they had the smokes and stuff like that, but they decided not to use any, not even the mollies, like try and like remove some of the choke points on the bomb site. Instead, just running in through the smoke, trying to catch them a little bit off guard there. But as Jason said, like, you can use 2 flashbangs on banana there, but you have to have one on the bomb side, because you know where will Art be stationed. He's going to be spool, he's going to be backside, no matter where, maybe even spawn, but no matter where, you need that 1 flashbang to have him at least move his crosshair a little bit. Otherwise, just a freebie.
Ooh, this is a disaster. These ops are way too powerful. I can't believe that they're working so well. And now look at the utility, the nade damage onto Fallen. Flashbang comes out, and as soon as that AK turns the corner, it said it's the off, and now there's the cleanup as well. And MIBR is getting entirely outplayed.
And that's even the bomb down there, and Kanji had a chance. But Vinny also picking one off, and Fur all of a sudden finds himself all on his lonesome, lurking out towards the boiler, and he even gets taken out by Yuri. So, man, just the barrage that's going on down this banana. Even going back to that last round, the bait and switch that Art and KStrada had set up, it's just one layer after the another. FURIA seem to have everything in control at the moment.
They don't seem to have everything in control at the moment. They do have everything in control at the moment. This is brutal. This team's got like 11 trophies and 2 majors.
Yeah, and I mean, it's both, and it's both. The problems persist on both of these maps. It's MIBR not finding a solution onto Furious aggression and onto just the map control that they're getting. And I feel like maybe MIBR's just been struggling a little bit too much, like running the defaults a little bit too much. I would prefer now maybe just do some set plays instead, like have a game plan right off the bat so we don't keep wasting nades early, and like, you know, take some control. You know you have double op setups, we can still take mid early here. You can go alt mid, but let's use the smoke, let's use the molly for short. You know, make sure that, you know, Henny can't stand and take an aggressive angle. Then you can set up yourself up and have them use a little bit of nades.
I think the first thing that MIBR needs to say to themselves is just nobody die for 30 seconds. Like, I don't care where you have to, where you are in the map, just don't die. Can we just play 1 5-on-5 round?
You know, I had a conversation as well with my team, and one of the things that, no, but here's the thing, and it was actually a nice point, right? Because when you say that, like, don't die, for example, if you say don't die and you have important people that needs to take map control still, what's going to happen is, look at the time right now, Jason. It's 1 minute 20 left, and there's 3 guys in T spawn.
Yeah,
because they said no, don't die, right? So like that's also like a little fault of like, yeah, it's good not to die. There's other ways to make sure you don't die and still take map control. You know, don't be as cocky. Use the flashbangs. Be a little bit better with trading. But instead here, we haven't had much done, and we're going to see that Expo flash onto the banana bomb slot here. It's still a nice play in the sense of like they're doing something together and the trading is there. There needs to be one more trade, one more. Yeah, there we go. Good job from MIBR. It's a 2-for-2. They have banana now. Not a lot of flashbangs. Actually, no flashbangs left. We see a constant re-peeking from FURIA as well, but there's the smoke down. And MIBR getting a move on here. I love this. Like, there's no second guessing. This seems like a round right off the bat, you know, like, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to go in, right? And they at least get the payoff. They get the bomb now for once, and they can at least run the afterplant now with 2 mollies in their name.
Well, this is a round MIBR has to have. 1 molly going to come out towards dark. There's nobody there. Actually, excuse me, he changes it up. This is for the plant spot. So FURIA have a nice read, but look at this flank. This is going to be massive. Fur, knife out, catching up. And he's waiting for 2. Molotov going to hold him back. There's the spray, but he's been caught. He gets the second one anyways, and that should be the round, even with Henny getting that kill. He needs to get a deagle frag immediately on this player. TRK. Flicks down. It does not land. 8-2. Finally, MIBR with the rebuttal.
Finally, yeah, that was a nice rebuttal as well. It's exactly what you wanted, Jason. A 5v5, that's exactly what MIBR had. Nice response to those double ops.
They didn't die within the first 30 seconds.
Right, yeah.
Well, you're right. The fact that 3 players on back towards T-spawn at the base of that ramp is a little bit nerve-wracking when you start your attack. But the fact that they're attacking Banana with no CT utility either, which was all spent early on, I mean, there was none of the counter flashes or counter Molotovs to split up that attack. They could literally just sprint that whole way while someone stayed far back bombing flashbangs around the corner. So it worked out well.
Exactly, and that should be the read here from MIBR as well. If we notice, right, if we notice that FURIA again and again are wasting a lot of nades early on the banana bomb site, that is the winning concept here on this side of like, hey, we can always fall back to B with nades and full-blown executes because there's nothing there to really hold us off because FURIA's wasted everything except for the op. Instead here we see, again with the aggression, Art, another entry, Santaco this time around. They did not survive 5 for 30 seconds this time around. But it is the same concept at least. You know, we wait our time, we wait for a little bit, and then we go banana for free basically. We'll use 1 flash, 1 nade. And then here you can do a full-blown execute, even if it's a forced situation here. Now the downside for MIBR here, which is very important to note, is that, yeah, you take banana for free, you still have a minute left on the clock.
Wow.
You still need more map control here, because when you just do this and you haven't made a single noise on the A bomb site, and you're going for the execute, this is exactly what happens. FURIA are very comfortable in this position on the A, and they don't have to feel the need to force rotate another one, so they're stacked to B.
And that was Art finding a pick through alt mid on Taco, peeking out that boiler window room, and you saw Fur just locked in on place, trying to make FURIA respect alt mid. But then Art repositions and just picks off down mid once again and finds another pick onto Kanji. So really nice movement coming out of FURIA and Art. And this Molotov is, ooh, it doesn't hit him actually. And Vinny, that's just the first layer of defense. Quesarado is going to follow up.
Oh, there it is, Fallen. 1 versus 3 now. 8 seconds on the clock. There's 1 player in the back. He must have this right now.
Ooh,
and this
Fallen.
is perfect stall tactics. It's over. He can't get the plant even if he gets the kill.
After the time. Fallen so lucky at this point. He's gonna survive. I think Quesarado was really just trying to buy the time. He really wanted to punish Fallen there. I respect that.
It's exactly what you want from a B-side player, like an anchor player like that. Even when you know the time is running out like that, it's so easy for that player to be a little bit over cocky and just take the peak. And that's exactly what Fallen wants. Like at the end of the day, like, yeah, sure, it looks nice to, you know, pad the stats or whatever, but round wins win you games. And Quesarado being so smart, they're just running down the clock, not giving any room or space for MIBR to even, you know, they're not allowing MIBR to kind of get into this game.
Yuri's got 2 kills. He's been having like the easiest game. He's just been able to just chill.
Yeah.
Henny missed shot up mid. We go for MIBR. Oh, Henny's in trouble. They're turning the corner close. I can't believe he's still alive.
Bait and
Oh,
switch.
yeah, the Fama steps up to the
help.
plate.
Bait and switch.
That's not. Oh, the flank coming in from Quesarado. That's the bomb on the ground, and Fallen's ready.
Of course, Fallen's ready. He knows.
Art's
Now
there as well.
He can get the bomb. Oh no. Well, he was ready for the first one.
Yeah,
There they
that's
are.
FURIA
All
There
right.
they are.
Yep.
on the screen.
Yep. That's FURIA.
those are the guys that's currently leading, in case you guys didn't know.
Oh dear. Art is about to just break hearts. No way Fallen expects 2.
Oh!
Why is
The
he so
jiggle!
smart? Why is he so smart? Fallen is coming alive right now, keeping his team in this. There's a minute to play with, and Taco's wrapping on the site. And this poor player, Yuri, inside of the bomb site, he has to pay attention to lane. He has no idea he's about to get backstabbed. Or does he? Oh my dear.
What a good read from Yuri. I think also he was going to try to meet up with his teammate, and now that he's gotten that kill, it kind of gives Henny some false hope, because he's going to go back to B and split back off Yuri. But Fallen on this AWP, I mean, Yuri should be able to out-position Fallen, but he's just in the open. Fallen will take that shot all day long, and Fallen has been getting these shots all round long, actually. I believe that was his 4th kill. Was that his 3rd or 4th in this round?
It's his 3rd. It's his 3rd.
Okay, all of a sudden this 1v1 off of another Opera and Henny, and you know, this is exactly what Fallen wants right now.
Yeah, that's a rare time you'll see Brazilians in a 2-on-1 actually split up and go to different sides of the map. Henny in the bomb site, position's been given up. He's got a smoke and a nade. He can actually drop the smoke. He can throw a nade back towards lane as well. Fallen going for the spam. There it is. It lands perfectly. Fallen a little bit blind and never saw it coming. And everything is going in the favor of FURIA.
Yeah, nice one-on-one from Henny there. You mentioned Fallen, the whole thing of how smart he is, always watching the back. One of the good things that Fallen does, and it's just like a minor thing, but every time you notice when Fallen takes a shot, obviously being the Opera also, like you tend to just be the guy that tends to just hold the flank. Every time Fallen helps his team takes a shot, for example, down in pit, when he reloads, he always makes sure that he looks behind him. So he always knows, like, okay, I shot, okay, I know for a fact my teammate, he has my front, I just look behind, and then the Art timing there, right? It's just because of that. He takes the shot, Art thinks he has the time because he's reloading,
yeah.
But every time Fallen's just so smart, he 180s, and as he's reloading, he's watching for anti-flash, and he's watching the flank at the same time.
Fallen's
Experience.
He's done such a good job, like, just building jiggle peeking into his game. Like, he just is constantly jiggle peeking as a rule of movement.
It's a timeout. It was an MIBR timeout. They we'll see here if they can get a reply. You know, I kind of feel like that round win that they had, I feel like they did start having the read on FURIA a little bit in terms of like, okay, the concept of, hey, let's just try and stay alive. You know, like the winning scenario for us is like hitting the B bombs with a lot of people with a lot of nades. If they can go back to that again, we see here, obviously looking at minimap, they are taking Banana a little bit more aggressively this time around. They are using a little bit more smokes though, making sure they get in good positions. Oh, they missed the HE. That's so lucky for KNG. But Art's obviously already aggressive with an SMG.
Wait.
No, surely not.
Hello?
Oh, boy.
He's going to feel so dumb. He's going to feel so dumb.
That's crazy.
Oh, dear. And now the off is overextended. Yuri with 1 kill, but cannot save Henny. And, man, for as good as Art has played, that's a tiny little mistake that might actually drop them this round.
This is a chance for Yuri to get involved in this game. Pad his stats a little bit, but man, he's all of a sudden the lone defender here in A bomb site, so he's got to do a lot more than just enough.
Yeah, but I mean the damage onto Fallen, and also they just like they're almost like scared to commit to this bomb site.
Well, they are because they have no nades. They couldn't just keep.
Yeah,
rushing
but
the
Fallen
bomb
has Haykar, right? Like you think that's at least enough of a standing. Even what? Who was that swung into it? Was it Taka who swung in towards the default plant spot that was killed? Like they had access to lane all the way up.
Yeah.
Just nobody from MIBR really wanting to commit.
And as you said it too, they had the hay, and as soon as we get the kill there, you kind of know that there should be no one in pit. That A player is situated on the left-hand side on the bomb plant, and obviously now because of timing, they're waiting because they're hoping that FURIA will maybe rotate one guy back to B. Now we know they don't like to do that. They like to stay together. They like to stick the bomb site. It's a nice little play. You know, they're keeping each other's backs. K-Strada has long, and he also has a nice little fast backup as well for Yuri on this bomb site. This is looking to be what was looking to be like an MIBR round. And as I say that, maybe it still is. It's not. K-Strada, nice spray control, a nice transfer. 2-2 makes it a 1-on-2, wins the round.
Dang, that was a
Yeah,
nice
they feel a little bit
adjustment
scared. I
from
mean, you're right. They feel a little bit scared.
I just don't know. I mean, I understand, I guess, the thought process behind it, but I feel like it wasn't an actual decision that was made by MIBR. Like when you're getting control of cart and Fallen had low HP, all 3 of them end up falling back to the top mid, but staying in brackets and then re-aggressing and retaking the map control they already had and then voluntarily gave up. And I mean, I don't think they made the decision to do it when it happened, but obviously, like, the entire point of being patient is to make FURIA think that they could go back to the B bomb site. It's just, I wish, like, if FURIA has that position, right, you know Art's turning that corner. Like, that's the one thing, is that it doesn't feel like anyone in MIBR wanted to take the reins of that round or take control of the situation.
Not to mention, no one was there to back Taco up.
Yeah.
Poor Taco, man.
Well, his backup was fallen with 9 HP,
Yeah.
so. But Taco's used to that, now it's fine.
Yeah. And again, we have...
Is it, Jason?
No.
Is
but-
it?
This is weird. I was going to say it's a 5-on-3 for MIBR. And we have 2 SMGs on FURIA, so I mean, money's not great. I feel like Fur maybe stepped a little bit too out of bounds there. But they get the bomb down, and it's a save from FURIA. And so another round from MIBR at least. Makes it 3. But you're not very happy with that if you're on the T side on Inferno. Even 4, you're pretty unhappy with. But you take what you can get.
Yeah.
And you do the best of it.
That's what they did on Vertigo. They only
11-4,
yeah,
right?
they took what they could get, which is 11-4. Didn't pan out for them. Do they have the money to risk these weapons
They
on the hunt?
don't, but they want to send a message, Jason. Who cares about economy when you can get into the minds of your opponents, right?
That's a really
look at-
nice round from
dang.
KNG. He actually started off that round with 31 HP. He ran banana. He took a lot. It took a lot of utility beating. Managed to get up the car. Gets the kill, and he's also the guy that gets 2 of those exit kills too. So that's nice. I think, like you said, I think coming into next round, knowing as well, yeah, they don't have their money in order, but kind of realize that FURIA has a low buy. So maybe it was a gamble worth taking from them, because this should be, realistically, or the odds at least, should be another MIBR round to make it 4. But this is a very aggressive round from FURIA. They're down in mid.
Please don't win this.
Gatorado
Don't do it.
with a kill, and then trading is done as well. I love watching FURIA play. I just love how well they do their trades. As I say, the MIBR also do a really good job with the trading game here.
Oh my god, look at this flank though.
The bomb is at
Bomb.
his feet as well.
Yeah, but when are you ever going to... I mean, it's not even the bomb. It's when are you going to expect this? I mean, Fallen turned.
Fallen always turns at
Yeah.
the right time.
Why is he like that?
Henny was already trying to distract, so Fallen has an idea that he's here, and he's actually going to take the duel, take the challenge.
He's lost his mind.
Well, rightly so. I mean, he knows that Henny only has a P250, and there's all
No,
these
I mean, Henny has
weapons.
lost his
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Although I guess, you know, even if you rotate to the 8 bomb site and beat him there, you're still going to have to take a challenge at some point, so you might as well do it when you know where Fallen is.
And
I
you can
guess.
see Fallen does it. Oh! Now he has...
Now you're
oh
upset.
my...
He knows too. Fallen knows that he's coming. He's like, I know you're gonna come. the amount of mind games on that round was insane.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we'll get the potentially the conclusion of the series if FURIA can close it out, so stay with us. Well, here we are. Excuse me, here I am. I am opening the show in the second half.
What do you mean? Why? Don't throw me under the bus.
Oh, he's...
You know, you just started the segment, and I came on time, all right? I felt bad. It's always Jason. It's like, I'm back, guys.
The professional.
The professional. Pistol round is underway on the second half here. It's a nice start from MIBR. 2 entries there. One from Fur, one from Fallen.
FURIA is screwed there. Oh my god. If
You say that they're running CT spawn though.
No, sure this doesn't work.
Yeah,
sure.
of course it
They've
does.
got the goosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, they're in B2. Doesn't matter. We're
They're
gonna hold.
everywhere.
We're everywhere.
What are the communications? We need to get the team speak of MIBR up here because nobody knew what the hell was happening. That would have had to have been the most confusing voice comms. How have they done that?
I mean, I love the call too, right? Because they kind of get closed off from one another. There's a bunch of people in banana still, and they run CT spawn and gets a kill. It's still not over. Fur has 100 HP. FURIA members, they are low. Good plant though. Oh, he missed. Oh, he is 16. He had 4-3. I think for 4-3 for sure. Misses
4-3 user.
I mean, it
Wait, but
happens all
Fur
the
was the
time.
player on Overpass that one day where he caught the player.
Oh, that's
outside
right.
of
Flanking
lane.
outside
Oh,
team.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, we've
We're not gonna throw anyone on
disputed
the
information.
bus. Yeah, maybe you change the resolutions. We don't know. We don't know. But yeah, here we see Yuri does a good job playing through that smoke there when the other guy. I mean, honestly, it's such a great on-the-fly call from FURIA because Yuri, because he's playing in that smoke, he has rotation as well. So when FURIA says, "Hey, let's go A," Yuri has the perfect position. He has the flank and the potential as well of trade. Even they go from spools there. So really cool round. Probably just on the fly, but nonetheless, they make it work. Again, it's another pistol round from FURIA. Not even gonna try and guess how many pistol rounds and stuff they won, but it's a bunch of them. Not so much from MIBR. And this was a buy from them as well, and it's, again, a very dominant one from FURIA. I think it's gonna be a quick series, guys.
It's looking like it.
It's feeling that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, let's talk about this in light of how we opened this segment of this being the grudge match. Like that's quite a performance from FURIA in a match where you're.
Message received.
Yeah, I guess so.
Message received.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, I will say this as well. I don't think this is anywhere close to the best form of this MIBR roster that we've seen over the past 2 weeks.
This feels like an off day to me, if anything. I feel like they've looked a little bit sluggish. You know, like a lot of second guessing, not really wanting to take control.
Well, I think also, I mean, just by, you have to say, I do think, like, certain things, like, I think part of the sluggishness that I agree with you that we're seeing from MIBR is them in, like, the first half of Inferno getting just entirely picked off by an AWP and Banana every single round. Like, they're just losing that many players throughout the half to that single play. But the things like being a bit scared to actually attack the bomb site, I think, are a result of the way that FURIA has been playing and shooting today. So I think there's an element of both into how this has panned out. I mean, it's not over yet. Let's see if they can come back.
They saved one SMG at least on Fur. And actually, I guess Fallen actually saved 2 maybe, because he had a lot of nades too. So it's still not a bust of a round. It's a B stack. It's just Fur here on that A bomb side. He has all the nades though, and he's the one with SMG. But I don't think that he's gonna have a lot of fun this round, because the timing is there from Yuri. Shoots him in the back. A bomb site is wide open, and the MIBR, they have no armor or anything like that. This is not gonna be a save round. This is all about like trying to get a kill, saving a weapon. Be a little bit annoying for the FURIA side here. Get some weapons, get some kills, try and keep their economy low. It's not gonna be fun to be 14-4 down and FURIA has like 10k on the board.
They haven't had fun all day.
They definitely haven't. And I think even here, FURIA, you know, the call is made here as well. Like, you don't have to die. They just have pistols. Don't give them anything. Or if you are giving them, and if you want to chase, then let's do it together.
Okay.
You can argue here as well for MIBRs, and when you realize the SMG of like, hey, actually, let's not die by the SMG. It's probably better to survive, just not give them more money.
Can you give me a motivational speech, Robin? You're a coach now. You've probably had to give one of the 2 of those in your day.
I mean, I always say the same thing. If they can, so can we, you know? If they can get 11-4, we can get 11-4.
That's an appeal to logic. You're not really getting the blood pumping with that one.
Listen, you have to have the logic in order first, in order to get everything else up and running.
That's so Scandinavian.
No, I think it's just very important because I think, you know, in most cases, you're very much aware, you know, this is your map pick. So you obviously have a game plan coming into it, and it's important that you don't get away from that. Like, this is your first weapon round of the half, and, like, just because that FURIA has had their good CT side and whatever, and they're playing however they're playing, you don't know the extent of what FURIA, you know, is playing on that T side line. You don't know where they're going to be starting and stuff like that. It's important to just keep playing your own game. Don't overthink. We see here, I love this approach from MIBR. Maybe it doesn't work, but the whole thing of they're not fighting banana in the beginning. They're saving their nades instead. They're setting up crossfires and they're supposed to help each other out with an op setup here for later. Obviously, Fallen has M4 now, but I love this from MIBR. We talk about taking the fight to them, fighting fire with fire and stuff like that. There's other ways of doing that and still playing a little bit safer. And especially now when we look at this, it's a man advantage for MIBR. And FURIA have no nades for this bomb site, so it's going to be a lot of dry peeking. There's still more nades on the board from MIBR.
After I watch them come back in that pistol round, I believe they can do it. I believe one flash is all they need.
No, I agree too, but that's all. That's because that's why, like, for MIBR, it's just so important that you talk about a little. Like, this is not supposed to be a FURIA round, you know. Like, it's better now to survive, like, do the trading like Fallen's doing here. Like, now it's first time to, like, you know, try and peek. Fallen goes down, so now obviously I changed my mind in the sense of he needs to stay alive now. He needs to wait for his teammates. There's no point in him, like, over peeking. It's 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh my lord.
No smoke.
They have to plant the bomb. Yeah, KNG has the op still, but he needs some help here with a flash or something.
No, yeah, just everyone get into the bomb site. Just get this bomb planted. 8 seconds. It's going to go down. Here we go. 2 on 3. K Serato staying in pool. Henny with the op. It's going to be KNG to challenge. This is going to be tough for KNG to... I don't know how that missed.
Mood before he took the shot. We've seen 3 of those clips now from Henny, I think. It's 1-on-3 now for K Serato. Bombs down. Gets the first one. The other 2, yep, are right on the site with him. Nice start there from MIBR. Nice first weapon round. Knowing as well, no op on Fallen. They had the nades. So instead of taking the fight, like I had mentioned with the whole thing with the banana takes, I'm not a fan of them anymore. I think it's very off meta. You do that with a special round, like just kind of try and set the tempo. But you don't want to do another first weapon round because everyone does something aggressive on the first weapon round. It's just like a norm, right? So just the fact that MIBR is playing it defensively there. FURIA wasted a lot of nades earlier to try and get the banana, so like they had nothing left. So it's a very nice approach. We do have the op as well on KNG this time around.
Double ops.
Double op.
For MIBR.
For MIBR, also on Fallen. Going towards that B bomb site.
Oh, the fire.
Oh, Fallen.
This is cocky.
I like it though.
I like it.
Like, especially when you're down this much, but also just, you know, someone's got to show these young kids who's the daddy. I don't know. I remember there was an era of Counter-Strike where Fallen was like the most aggressive opera we had, and everyone was just like, "Oh my dear God, this is amazing."
Yeah, and I feel like that's just not necessarily to a fault of them, but I think it's because they've had so many problems with their fifth, and when they got KNG up, I feel like he did kind of lose his own way a little bit. KNG kind of took those spots instead. Another defensive hold from MIBR, playing the bomb sites because they have the nades, and again, not going the way of FURIA. This is again another great hold from MIBR.
Fallen doing so much work with that AWP.
Those flashbangs didn't work at all into the bomb site.
No.
Nobody was blind.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the idea, though, from FURIA, you know? We spoke about them this makes it a little more expensive, but he does get taken out. And FURIA, you know, we spoke about them using so much utility to challenge for that banana. This time around, they were able to do it with just flashes. And so they executed into the site with those bunny hops, you know? And it was a cool idea. I liked it, but Fallen was just too quick.
I don't know. Yeah, I just feel it. The crazy thing, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like the set pieces, but if you're going to get that close up with that much control of banana with all 5 players there, why not use Molotovs as well? You know?
No, I think the reason why they don't use Molotovs there is because they know that MIBR has not wasted nades. Yeah. So even if they throw the mollies, MIBR would just smoke off the bomb site.
That's
so
that's a good
that's
point.
why like you just have this read of, if you know that CTs don't have a lot of nades on B and you have nades, you just full on execute. If you know that you have nades, CTs have nades, you want to pop flash it in it instead. You want to kind of expo flash it. Don't allow them to like stand there with a loaded nade, right? And as you throw, everything just comes raining. comes like a little bit with timing. And this is the whole thing with like the reads on the CT side and stuff like that. And this is like the winning situations on the T side of like we see here now as well. Because MIBR is playing this so defensively on this B bomb site, I love to see a swap here. Because once FURIA starts realizing we can take banana for free in most cases, and then still run down the clock. We can take over mid, for example, a little bit late, and still have MIBR waste a lot of nades. This is the winning concept for them here now. MIBR is still very calm, cool, and collected here. They're not wasting any nades. They're just holding them, waiting for FURIA to make their move. And I love that. 2 smokes from, what is it? 2 smokes, 3 smokes, and 2 mollies from FURIA, and 1 flashbang. And as I pointed out, MIBR, they do have nades here to kind of hold this off. They're going to smoke off some of the mollies on the bomb site.
This has been, every round has been at the B bomb site so far in this game.
FURIA have thrown that lurk smoke out to try to draw some grenades, but MIBR, they're doing pretty well to hold on to them. And here comes a hit. Nice, 2 big pickoffs.
I actually don't even mind this. I think the reason why they're coming back to B is because they took the AWP away from Fallen in the previous rounds. They weren't able to salvage the double up, so they were more than happy to attack B when Fallen didn't have an AWP. Still costly as Ford gets a nice kill. There's a big gap in that smoke.
Yeah.
So a lot of nades for the retake for MIBR, not a whole lot of nades to counter it from FURIA.
Ooh, Vinny getting taken out, but I like this move from FURIA to just challenge that CT spawn. Yuri kind of left
Oh my god.
Penny to dry, but this ends up working out for him. TRK is so low already, and Yuri, he's going to wrap all the way around. The timing here, because he made such a decisive play, is surely going to take TRK off guard. And there it is, perfectly played from Yuri. At first, I thought, damn, he just left Henny out to dry. But, I mean, that was the winning play right there from Yuri.
He probably continues and doesn't leave him out to dry if his teammate at Coffin stayed alive.
Yeah.
But TRK had won that battle.
Even the conversation from FURIA there, Jason, you pointed out, MIBR has a lot of nades for that retake. FURIA has none, and the conversation that they did, and one of the things they did incredibly well there is that they don't bunker up on the site. They have to take challenges there because they don't have nades. So just them being ultra aggressive and getting the trades wins them that round rather than, hey, let's just play defensive, try and do crossfires. You can still play crossfires and be aggressive, especially when you know that you don't have any nades to try and hold off any sort of like retake aggression from MIBR.
And MIBR's out of money as well when you see that. That's a bit brutal. Let's see how this goes. Taco, Fur, and Fallen brought down very low, so thankfully KNG got a kill on the other side of the map. But Art, as we know, has gained a lot of ground. Molotov out to make sure nobody can peek from that end. All they need is a few nice entries, and this defense is going to crumble. KNG and Boiler waiting for the smoke to fade.
Ooh, Art with 2 kills. That was a flashbang. That was actually at least a pop flash for Taco to try and get some space. And okay, Fur's just getting walled here. 4 on 2. I think FURIA is literally everywhere. They have all of CT. They have all of banana. Bomb's about to go down. This is a very quick series for FURIA. We talked about the mental state coming into it, and you can clearly tell, like, I mean, FURIA was definitely here to win. Compare that to change the pace and stuff like that. I mean, MIBR for me looked a little bit sluggish compared to FURIA. Very aggressive. Trades were on point. Overall, I think game plan was on point. Can't remember what Vertigo ended up with, but Inferno 16-6.
It was something similar.
Map pick.
It was something big to something small.
Absurd.
Yeah.
I think it was 16-8 actually.
Something big to something small.
That's okay. So not just a victory, a statement victory, and you've also knocked MIBR out of the stage. That's rough.
Dang.
Yeah.
And they needed the points, I think.
Yeah,
They
probably.
desperately needed the points.
Well, I think the other side of that too is something a little bit more, I guess. Yeah, they need the points, but also I see so many times where teams really struggle when they have like a good run of form and then do like really bad in the major qualifier. Like how many times, especially with North American sides, all these, this is Brazilian, but we've seen it so many times, like where a team will have like 2 months where they're playing very, very well, and then they just fail at the major qualifier. For this, like it's not only good for FURIA to like get the grudge match, be able to beat MIBR, but they're getting rewarded for all the hard work and all the success they've had in the past 3 months as well. Like it would suck if we've seen them playing so good and then just nothing happened.
And to your point as well, and we mentioned it as well, this is the last tournament before the player break. So
Yeah.
I mean, and we've compared the two of like, oh, it's nice to hit your peak of like playing well and stuff like that, but don't run out of steam right before the break. This
Right.
is where you're supposed to have your peak.
Yeah, your breaks in 1 week. Just push through.
Exactly,
Don't lose
yeah.
focus of the fact that you got some Counter-Strike. I know everyone's excited to get away, but just go for it. That's a very cool win. We're going to head to a break, Robin, and then we'll be back in a little bit, so stay tuned.